Thank you for joining us. You are a part of an elite group who recognizes that Black women's health should be at the forefront of the national conversation. We are mothers, daughters, activists, entrepreneurs, entertainers, corporate warriors, and more, who help boost the economy and often drive the national conversation. For 38 years, the Black Women's Health Imperative has strived to amplify our voices, help enact policy that protects us, research our issues, create programs that enhance our lives, and produce events like this one to ensure we keep the conversation going about the issues that matter to us most. So, let's get started with our program.
Welcome everyone to our Black Women's Health Imperative Nourish graduation sponsored by NICS. My name is Lisa Cunningham and I am the Director of Digital Content for the Black Women's Health Imperative, and I am just so proud to be here tonight. You know, when I first began working with this organization pre-pandemic, I was first blown away by the impact in so many different areas. We go deep in reproductive justice. We go deep in breast health, cervical health. We have so many initiatives that we make change with in policy. I could go on and on. I'd be here for more hours, but the thing that I'm most proud of tonight is that we are celebrating the doula program. BWHI's Nourish Doula Training Program was born out of the need to support mothers in the postpartum period, which is the first full year after the baby is born, which a lot of times people seem to forget. And it was also a journey to discover how we nourish ourselves and the community. So Nourish actually stands for New Opportunity to Uncover Resources, Intuition, Healing, and Spirit. We are here tonight to celebrate 22 new doulas who have embarked on a year-long journey with 12 master classes and trainers that focused on how we need to show up to support Black families, to connect them to resources and communities. Well, first up is just one of my favorite people. She is Dr. Kanika Harris. She serves as the Director of Maternal and Child Health for the Black Women's Health Imperative. The Nourish program was born out of her vision and personal experiences as a near-miss survivor during childbirth. And now, as a mother of twins who had limited support during her postpartum period, she knows all too well how lack of support can lead to perinatal mood and anxiety disorders and compromise our long-term health. Her passion for this program has been unmatched, finding and partnering amazing doulas, activists, and birth workers around the country to support our first cohort of doulas. Hey there, Kanika. You're on mute.
That would happen. The quote of the year, you're on mute.
That's right.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I greet you from Washington, D.C. right now. That sits on the ancestral lands of the Anacostans and the Piscataways tribe, among many, many others. And I want to honor that because as we talk about reproductive freedom and healing for Black and Brown communities, we must honor those whose land was stolen and the land that we currently occupy. I want to talk about our journey in the Nourish program and get personal about how we showed up as doulas. And doulas are birth workers that support the physical, emotional, logistical support, informational support for women and birthing people in the birth, postpartum. We even have death doulas and preconception doulas and fertility doulas. So the whole spectrum, even sex doulas we have. So I just want to talk about our journey for a minute and take you on our process for the last year. We all entered this program in May of 2021, totally virtual and at the height of the COVID pandemic. We did not know what supporting families was going to look like, but we knew we were out here dying in the postpartum period, and we wanted to show up and do something. We did not know how or if we would bond as a cohort virtually, or what the other side of this would really look like and be. But we are here, and looking back at all your entry applications and videos I went back and looked at, we all wanted to show up for our communities, for mamas, for birthing people. And we were also seeking our own personal healing support and connection and addressing our individual and collective traumas. So from one of our reading lists, My Grandmother's Hands, and I quote, "Sometimes trauma is a collective experience, in which case healing must be a collective and communal as well." And that is what we did. In our first session together, led by the National Black Doulas Association, we introduced ourselves in very, very vulnerable and real ways. Then we committed ourselves to the next year to heal and provide support to birthing families at the height of the pandemic. We all had all kinds of new strands of COVID coming our way. And amidst all of that, you all decided to show up for yourselves and for your community with unmatched bravery. You challenged us not to leave you at a traditional doula training weekend program, which is just a few days, but to prepare you fully and walk the journey with you for the full year. Supporting Black families cannot be summed up in a few days. And you challenged us to really think about that, what we do and what that should look like, and go beyond traditional Western models, but work to really meet the lived experiences of Black women so they can succeed. And that's what we ultimately do at the Black Women's Health Imperative. Through discovering yourself, some of you have changed careers in the last year, become entrepreneurs, left difficult relationships, dealt with challenges, had babies, but you always showed up or checked in to stay the course. I personally have learned so much from each of you. And as a mom of twins and working as a director, life can get overwhelming and isolating. But learning with all of you, I built new community and support and was charged to task myself with how I receive support that you all wanted to give me as well. Jamila in the program, who was a chef, she provided me with meal prep so that I could catch a break and feed my family healthy meals. And Hameda, who happened to live close to me as well, was like, "Hey sis, let me help you with your kids, no strings attached. I have a husband, but let's face it, we all need wives." We have Lydia, who is also working with the BWHI now as an intern, and also Miss Margaret, who is a retired clinical social worker, who I could always count on at every session to be our rock. And many of you that we've made so many connections in supporting each other through COVID and just through this program. And so this is ultimately winning. This is reclaiming ritual and reclaiming community, reclaiming healing, reclaiming space for all of us to thrive and grow. For another one of our selected optional readings, Welcoming Spirit, ritual is to the soul what food is to the physical body. Ritual allows us to connect with ourselves, community, and natural forces around us. Ritual helps us to remove blocks between us and our true spirit. We have been in ritual with each other for the last year. We have learned and grown with Black female-led orgs. We thank Tanifer Kamara for teaching us lactation and about the golden hour. We thank Naima Delpash for introducing us to the importance of nutrition and food during the postpartum process. We thank Stephanie Etienne from Bloom Collective for making sure we know the clinical signs that warrant more attention that can go unchecked. And Jabina Coleman for helping us understand perinatal mood disorders in Black mothers and birthing people. And also Kaden Coleman for challenging us about how to show up for the trans community and LGBT community. And our rocks, Mavu Hargrove for introducing us to African traditional models of care, and Bina joy for connecting us and grounding us in our bodies and approaching our lives with curiosity by removing fear. Also, our team, Amina Balagoon, Jada Ledbetter, and Tony Jr., yes, for supporting the training and programming. These are really hard times to show up as healers in our community and as birth workers. I ask you to always be gentle with yourself, with lots of compassion, stay connected, and call on each other. That is our armor during this time. And continue just to walk your path in your journey. The Black Women's Health Imperative is so, so honored to be a part of your process and path. And we need you, and we thank you and honor you today. Thank you.
Oh, wow, wow, wow. Thank you so much, Kanika, for all of your dedication and your leadership. It has been felt throughout this entire program. And I know I've sat up many times talking to you just about the depth of this program. So thank you. I'm excited because we are going to have our first performance, and it comes from Aquia. And she is a Howard University trained jazz vocalist that has proven herself to be a musician of extraordinary talent and crowd moving passion. She's a Black feminist that sings about freedom, love, and liberation for Black people across the world. And her band, The Tribe, is going to open up for us with a performance, A Change Is Gonna Come by Sam Cooke.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Oh, just like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know the change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die, 'cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. I go to the movies and I go downtown. Somebody keep telling me, yeah, don't hang around. It's been a long, long time coming, but I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. Then I go to my brother and I say, brother, help me please. And he winds up knocking me back down on my knees. Oh, it's been times when I thought I couldn't last for long, but now I know I'm able to carry on. It's been a long, long time coming, and I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will.
My goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That was beautiful. Wow. Okay. That set a great tone. I want to introduce another one of my favorite people, and that is Linda Goler Blount. She is our president and CEO, the fearless Black magic woman leader of the Black Women's Health Imperative. And she joined us in 2014. And in her role, she oversees the strategic direction for the imperative and is responsible for moving the organization forward in its mission to achieve health equity as well as reproductive justice for Black women. Welcome, Linda.
Hey, Lisa, thank you. Thank you so much. That was amazing. Wasn't it? Akuya is unbelievable. We are so fortunate to have her. But Lisa, we're so fortunate to have you as our moderator. And I have to say thank you to Kanika, Dr. Kanika Harris, for your leadership, for your vision, for even imagining that this could be possible. But most importantly, I want to welcome and congratulate our NOURISH graduates. I'm going to call you all the inaugural group of our postpartum doulas. Thank you so much. Congratulations. I'm so excited for all of you. And really, I'm excited for what you're about to do. The Black Women's Health Imperative is about to start its 40th year being in the fight for Black women, using science, programs, policies, communications, anything we can to make sure that Black women have access to the information and resources and care that they deserve. And postpartum care is care that they deserve. I'm so proud of all of you who went through this program, who made this commitment. I hope you are proud of yourselves, because this is one of those rare instances where we can talk about saving lives and really save lives. I mean, we've seen the data. I don't need to repeat all of the statistics, but I'll give a couple. I mean, you know that Black women die in childbirth at 3 to 4 times the rate of white women. We know that Black infant mortality is much higher. In some states in the US, the Black infant mortality rate is 6 times that of the white infant mortality rate. The Black Women's Health Study found a causal relationship between experiences of racial and gender discrimination and uterine fibroid tumors, premature birth, low birth weight babies, maternal mortality. All of that is not surprising. We actually partnered with the authors of the Black Women's Health Study and published a document a few years ago called Index Us, the first ever report on Black women's health based on healthy Black women. So I encourage you all to look at that report and read it and understand how Black women define health. Tanae Lewis, a researcher at Emory, found and discovered that prolonged exposure to racial discrimination actually affects us at the DNA level. It changes our inflammatory response, raising our risk for diabetes, hypertension, gestational diabetes, preeclampsia, and also changes our metabolic response. Much of what is responsible for obesity and obesity-related syndromes among Black women has everything to do with chronic, persistent exposure to racial and gender discrimination. And Arlene Geronimus, 30 years ago, coined a term called weathering, where she discovered that Black women actually age faster than white women due to the stress of our lived experiences. And I'm thinking about, a number of approaches to saving lives. This isn't an issue of poverty, though, because we know that Black, high-educated, high-income earning women have maternal mortality rates that are worse than white women without education, without an 8th grade education. And that's what makes all of this so important, because it allows us to look at people who give birth holistically. Black birthing families have 400 years of racial and gender oppression literally in their bodies. And we see it in the maternal and infant mortality rates, but we also see it in systems bias and provider bias. You will save lives. You will help Black birthing people understand what to expect during labor and delivery and during the postpartum period. You will ensure that they get the respect and the value and the care they deserve. And if something should go wrong, you will be their advocate. You will be there to make sure that their providers listen to them and act on that information. This program and your work, your graduation, are really just the beginning of changing systems and changing behavior so that Shalone Irving's death and Kira Johnson's deaths are not in vain, and those of so many others. Thank you so much for going through this program, for sticking with it, for graduating. Thank you for your work. Thank you for your commitment to saving the lives of Black birthing people. And thank you for being in this fight with the Black Women's Health Imperative. We couldn't be more proud than to count you, the NOURISH graduates, among our partners in ensuring that those of us who are giving birth can do it safely, do it with all the respect and value that we deserve, and that we can pass this on from one generation to the next. Thank you.
Oh, wow. Yes, yes. I'm still thinking about when Linda just said, you will save lives. That just hit me so hard because we know that that is factual. So we know how important this work is. And I'm glad that this work has been possible, quite frankly, through a sponsorship from NICS. And we're going to share a couple of videos, get a glimpse into the lives of doulas over the past year, hear from NICS, specifically the founder and CEO of NICS, Joanna Griffiths. And in case you don't know about them, NICS is an intimate apparel line designed to make you feel comfortable, free, and confident with active and maternity wear. NICS provided funds to train doulas free of charge and provided postpartum wear for mothers who went through the program. Oh, that's swag, right? We are so appreciative of their partnership to support and promote BWHI's reproductive and maternal health programming. Let's see a couple of videos.
Partnering with NICS was an opportunity for BWHI to support Black birthing families through the postpartum period.
The NOURISH program was a training to get our postpartum doula certificate.
To the workshop leaders who have been nothing short of phenomenal, experts in their fields, giving to us so that we can take that and give it to somebody else.
We had to serve 4 families who were about to give birth.
One of my clients, she's about 2 weeks postpartum, and so we're just doing a general check-in, making sure she's relaxing, making sure she has what she needs.
In an ideal world, we wouldn't need assigned people to be postpartum doulas. You would have people in your life and in your community who act as that role, but in America, unfortunately, we don't have that. Especially for our Black moms, 52% of maternal deaths are postpartum. We're sending our moms home unprepared, essentially. Not enough childbirth education, not enough postpartum and child care education. It makes it very difficult and very scary.
I lost a baby in 2016. The NOURISH program, it's allowed me to do my own healing.
I am so happy to know that there are brands, communities, and people who are dedicating their lives to this kind of work.
It's a blessing and it's a joy to be able to be there for mothers.
Hello everyone and congratulations. I know that it is graduation day today and I hope that you're all feeling incredibly proud. My name is Joanna Griffiths and I'm the founder and CEO of NICS, and we are partners with BWHI on the NOURISH postpartum program. One of our impact pillars at NICS and what gets us out of bed in the morning is community partnerships, and we're so happy to have had a wonderful partner in BWHI. It's hard to believe that we're here at graduation day that started as an idea back in March of 2021 after we launched our Life After Birth project. Through this project, which has now become a book, we've continuously been committed to fostering community and building support for people who are navigating their postpartum journeys. One of the things that came up through the creation of this project and book was specifically the issues around Black maternal mortality rates, and knowing that studies have shown that support from doulas can improve the chances of healthy outcomes and reduce maternal mortality rate. If only there were more doulas, and if only there were more access to support to provide doula care. That's where this program comes in. The program created by NICS and the BWHI is called NOURISH for an important reason. It stands for New Opportunity to Uncover Our Resources, Intuition, Spirit, and Healing. And we're so proud, to be a part of this incredible program. NICS was happy to provide the funds to create the training scholarships and the necessary free care for families as well. And I just want to say, on behalf of the entire NICS organization, congratulations on graduating from the first ever cohort of this amazing NOURISH postpartum program. We cannot wait to see what you'll accomplish and all of the families and people that you will help. It really is incredible, and I hope that you feel very proud.
Thank you, Joanna. We are once again grateful for this partnership. And, you know, it's interesting what I'm about to say, because as so many mothers out there are watching right now, you know how complicated it can get. And our participant, Mother Candace McGinty, who is actually my colleague, she is on our social team and does such an amazing job. She went through this program. I have talked to her many times, but today her son is not well, and so she wasn't able to come to give her remarks in person. She sends us all of her love and support, and just wants us to know how much this program really meant to her. Like Kanika, during the pandemic, Candace had given birth to twins. I mean, Kanika's weren't during the pandemic, but yes. And that was daunting for her. And Adriana Jackson was her doula, and she just did such an amazing job with her. And so Candace wants us all to know how much she supports and will champion this program for many years to come. But up next, we will have someone else who has firsthand knowledge of this program, Miss Casey McClary, who was one of our most committed doulas in the cohort. She hardly ever missed any of the live classes. She's a mother, a teacher, a social worker who would like to share some short remarks on her experience in this cohort.
Greetings and salutations, everyone. I am so honored to be allowed to represent the cohort. It's both an honor and a privilege, and speaking on behalf of this amazing collective of women. The beauty of the cohort is that we kind of ran the spectrum of ages, birth experiences, work experiences, and birth work experience for that matter. And with all these variations, we worked together well, effortlessly. We were resources for each other. We were a source of support for each other. We acted as rebounders for ideas so that we could bounce them back and forth and what to do so that we could better serve the families that we were charged to work with. All of these things melted together to help enrich the course experience. And I'm so grateful for each and every one of them. I would like to share with you a few things that we gleaned from the workshops that we were attending during our coursework. And a few things, and I have them numbered. Number one, inclusion is necessary. We learned that from our very last speaker. He told us words count. Sometimes they count as actions, and pronouns are necessary. Number two, mental health is health. If the birth parent is not healthy as far as their mental health is concerned, their physical health will soon follow, and it's very well impacted. Number three, there is no clinical care for postpartum mothers for at least 6 weeks. And after the 6 weeks, there's no more clinical care specifically surrounded by their postpartum needs. The physical symptoms or the physical systems of the birth parent may not return to their baseline for almost 12 weeks after the birth. Proper nutrition plus nurturing support equals a nourished mother or birth person. That was profound for me. Lastly, the role of the doula is to hold space for the mother or the birth person. We're also responsible for affirming and supporting them, as well as equipping them so that they can affirm, support, and advocate for themselves. When I reflect on this program and all of the things that we've gone through as far as this journey is concerned, the most recurrent word is affirmation. Nowadays, we're keenly aware of the importance and the power of affirmation. You can go from not really believing the things that you're saying to it being embodied, and you show it through everything that you do. We make these statements as a mean of upholding and supporting our cause while creating validity within, which is necessary. With that being said, we talked a lot during the course of our workshops about making space and making those affirmations and being showing those signs of confirmation. And I would like to end my words with the affirmation that I think holds true for all of us that work through the program. I make space for my birth persons that I serve. I am a Black doula made to support Black families. Thank you so much for the opportunity and this opportunity to speak.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much, Casey. Oh my goodness. Your commitment is unmatched. Yes, I'm excited because we have yet another performance. And this time it's even more special because it's Adriana Jackson, one of our very own doulas. She is a recording artist from College Park, Georgia. All right, ATL. And after experiencing an ectopic pregnancy in 2016, she was led to become a postpartum doula to share her love for her children, but to also assist mothers in the healing of their mind during their postpartum journey. Adriana is so excited to have completed the NOURISH program and to share her talents with the cohort.
I'm not explaining myself too much anymore. The tears I cry ain't up for discussion. The threads that I see connecting all things are magic and golden, and I stand here and hold it. Tired of folk looking at me not seeing shiny and pretty is really not glowing. And this firework is also fireside, and if you know it, you know it. So I'll stand here and be all of me, unapologetically. And this light that you see, keep on shining, unapologetically, unapologetically, yeah, unapologetically, yeah, unapologetically. This here moonchild gives that good sunlight. It's dazzling, burning, and warming, and illuminating, and invigorating. I ain't afraid of what makes home in the shadows. I don't believe in letting those sleeping dogs lie, 'cause I'm tired of lying and tired of biting my tongue. Tired of fighting all the battles that need to be won. I still know I am the daughter of water and land, held in the ancestors' hands, fully enough as I am. Be all of me, all of me, unapologetically. This light that you see, keep on shining, unapologetically. this light that you see will keep on shining unapologetically.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh, that was beautiful. And I'm just realizing that she is related to a friend of mine. It just hit me, Victor Jackson. So that is amazing. What a beautiful job there. Well, let's get into some more testimonials from some of our doulas. So we're going to play another video.
Hello, Nourish family. This is Hamada Taye with the first cohort of the BWHI Nourish postpartum doula program.
Hello, I'm Jamila, postpartum doula with the Nourish program.
Hi, greetings. My full name is Chinonye Donna Ebulem. I go by Chi-Chi. I am a certified full spectrum doula. I'm a certified deaf doula. I'm a social worker. I also have a degree in public health.
Hello, my name is Margaret Howell.
The Nourish program has meant to me is an opportunity to sharpen my skills as a postpartum doula.
Coming into this space, I honestly really thought that I knew it all and that this program was essentially going to be just a refresher for me, but I stood corrected.
Working sometimes not just with baby and birthing person, but also with the partners, and in my case has been with grandparents as well, has been really learning to respect and honor and return to embodied awareness.
So through this program, I've learned a lot more about kind of how to support mom's mental health in a postpartum period, some tips about nutrition and supporting the postpartum families.
I've learned so many new things, so many new and useful things about swaddling, nursing, nutrition, good mental health.
Learning how to return to intuition, to self, and to trust ourselves, and that awareness has just been quite clear and loud in this experience. And I think being able to tune out and unlearn the things that we've been taught has just been a really beautiful thing to witness, and I think has certainly impacted me in the way that I move and show up in other aspects of my life and professionally that is not in the birthing space.
If there's anything that I took away from being a part of this space and being in the Nourish Doula program, it's that birth work is intersectional, right? So it's the meeting places of so many important experiences, social issues, and identifiers. And so this program adequately prepared me to be able to do the critical work, the internal work necessary to identify and address my own biases as a doula, as a social worker. And I am leaving this program feeling more empowered about how to fully support any birthing client of mine in working to just embrace and operate in their full autonomy, to feel safe, to feel as if they are always constantly being provided the opportunity to share their stories. So, storytelling versus silencing.
I've been able to gain a community and a network of other doulas that can help me learn, grow, and support families in the future. And I'm really excited to be a part of the first cohort to complete the Nourish Doula program.
Those testimonials, one of the things that was so crucial to me that I just heard was one of the doulas who said, I thought I knew it all, right? But this program even offered her more knowledge. And I think that's just a testament to our facilitators. And so you heard from the participants. Now let's hear from some of the facilitators like Bina Kaye, Joy, and Mavu Hargrove, who have been the anchor of our program, supporting the doula trainings on their journey. As mothers and doulas, they help bring new vision, vocabulary, and life into how we envision the postpartum period and show up for ourselves. They will share their charge to the doulas as they continue to embark on their journey as postpartum doulas.
Hello, everyone. Greetings. Thank you so much for that. Welcome, Lisa, and thank you for inviting me to share here for today's graduation. Congratulations to all of the graduates. Thank you so much for sharing your stories with me. It has been a true honor to witness your unfolding and your evolution. And it has also been beautiful to grow with other facilitators, getting to know Mavu and other presenters. We have been having juicy conversations. And so this is a graduation, but it's also a beginning. It's also a new moment to expand and grow deeper into this work. This is life's work. You are supporting mothers and families for life, and I celebrate you for devoting your life labors to this sacred work. One of the things that I hope that you continue to be with is that at the center of your capacity to care for the mothers, for the families, for the birthing communities that you serve, at the center of it is how you care for yourself, is how you care for your story, your fertility, your womb, your body. I invite you in this moment, where do you feel the joy in your body? Where do you feel the celebration in your body? Where do you feel the power in your body? I invite you to move a bit. I invite you to shake and shimmy. I invite you to embody all that you're feeling, because this is the work at all times. It's always going to be your body in this labor, showing up to the families, showing up in these sacred moments of birth, and how you care for yourself and how you cultivate community with other birth keepers and womb tenders, how you connect and create space to be held in your work, to be seen in your work. That is what will allow you to continue to grow and grow and grow. So again, congratulations, and thank you so much for sharing your stories with me. Our stories are our wealth, and the more we share, the more we all grow.
Thank you, Benna. I'm so honored to be part of this program. In my culture, before people set off on a mission or before warriors go to war, we sing praises for them. So a little bit different from a charge. I have some words, a poem put together from a lot of the discussions that Benna and I had when preparing for sitting with and working with the doulas. Beatitudes for the Black doula. Hevoi, hevoi, vananyama kuta, ndimi makaropa fadzwa. Blessed are you who has chosen this work on these front lines, where we, the tenacious, have always been. Yours is the gift of courage. Blessed are you who has chosen to sit across from our ancestors on this side of the river, to bear witness to the magnitude and solitude of the mother. Yours is the gift of patience. Blessed are you who has chosen to hold the hands of the torn apart and the stitched together, the hands of the joyful and the heavy-hearted, the hands of the milk swollen and the milk halted, the hands of the overwhelmed with many babies, and the hands of those left lonely, palms up, empty. Blessed are you, for when you see a sister, a daughter, someone's beloved, they are no longer invisible. Blessed are you who keeps her heart open to all the expressions of motherhood, for yours is the gift of wisdom. Blessed are you who creates liberated spaces where mother is the center, autonomous, morphing until she fits, solid, powerful in her own truths. Yours is the gift of freedom. Blessed are you who knows that motherhood can bring great healing and great hurt. Blessed are you because you stand undaunted beside both. Blessed are you who brings honor, dignity, hope. Blessed are you among the most blessed, for you affirm our mother every time she is reborn. Thank you.
There I go on the mute again. Wow, wow, wow. This is so powerful and moving. When we were working on this, you know, sometimes things get hard. And I was like, why am I doing this postpartum graduation? Because no one ever really does a postpartum doula graduation. You just finish, you get your certificate in the mail, and that's kind of it. And knowing is in the doing, as they say. So this is so powerful for me. I know it's so healing and powerful for all of us and all of you that are on with us right now. Thank you so much, Bina and Mavu, for your commitment, and again for opening and allowing the space to grow. So now we are going to actually present our certificates for the doulas. And so you can see your certificate and talk a little bit about all of the doulas that were a part of the cohort. So the requirements for the training were over 24 hours of instruction on a variety of topics that we talked about: breastfeeding, perinatal mental health, perinatal nutrition, at least 48 hours of postpartum service, supporting 4 families and clients, supporting 2 lactation clients, completing 4 client summaries. They wrote personal reflections. They had many, many books to read, and they also took CPR certifications if they didn't already have that. So now we're going to move on to the graduates. So first we have Daisha Bryant, who is a mother of 2, originally from Atlanta, Georgia. After having her daughter, she declined mentally for the first 2 years and felt alone, and she found a strong support system. Growing up in a family where both her mother and aunt experienced severe mental illness, Daisha has always been interested in promoting mental health for others. Becoming a postpartum doula gives her the opportunity to support women in her community, prevent mental illness, and ensure proper healing for the Black community. Until Black women are free, none of us will be free. Morgan Butler is a writer, visual artist, energy worker, and now a postpartum doula in DC. A former educator and social worker, Morgan's care work has always been at the center of her practice, and becoming a postpartum doula is a perfect marriage between public health and intergenerational care work she is passionate about. Morgan is now looking to support Black birthing people more holistically and continuing to imagine new, equitable, and inclusive ways of care. So we have Chi-Chi Ebulem. Chi-Chi is a public health social worker and a DEI practitioner who enjoys engaging community, political representatives, and organizations in conversations about health equity and historical trauma perpetuated by racism and neocolonialism. She was moved to become a postpartum doula so that she can affirm the experiences of non-white communities in engaging in the U.S. health systems of care. When she's not addressing these wicked problems in public health, Chi-Chi works as a doula to provide services for pregnant and postpartum people in Uganda and the U.S. She is proud to have participated in the NOURISH program and feels equipped to help clients feel confident in their birthing experiences. Janae Epps is also a member of the Black Women's Health Imperative who wanted to be a part of this program, so we were honored to have her. Janae is a young Black woman committed to the health and wellness of other young Black women. Janae uses her education, experiences, and training to support Black women in becoming their healthiest whole selves. Lydia Harris is another one of our amazing NOURISH participants based in Alexandria, Virginia. After completing the NOURISH program, Lydia is now ready and able to serve mothers and families in her community. Margaret Howell is a devoted mother of 2 adult children and 2 weeks now a happy grandmother. She is a clinical social worker and a social work educator who previously worked in the maternal and infant health. A survivor of postpartum depression herself, Margaret is deeply invested in helping Black mothers and babies realize healthy outcomes. Jalea Inman is an educator, artist, and entrepreneur from Washington, D.C. After being thrust into the world of postpartum and nanny care, Jalea found passion in supporting birthing people and their families. Since the beginning of the pandemic, Jalea has dedicated her life to the upliftment and education of infants and toddlers, as well as arts, education, and performance. Adriana Jackson is a recording artist from College Park. After experiencing an ectopic pregnancy in 2019, she was led to become a postpartum doula to share her love for children, but also to assist mothers in the healing of their minds during their postpartum journey. Nia Kilimanjaro. Nia is a mother, social worker, and trained birth postpartum doula. Her mother was adamant about ending the cycle of birthing trauma and mortality within their family. She made sure that she had the support she needed during her own birthing experience. Morgan Levine. Morgan is another one of our amazing Nourish participants based in Jackson, Mississippi. After completing the Nourish program, Morgan is now ready and able to serve mothers and families in her community. And we heard from Casey McClary, a native of Indianapolis, Indiana. Is that right? I think so. Who is no stranger to servicing others. She has served as a teacher, social worker, and IT clinical support agent before pursuing the postpartum doula certification, pulling from her own positive postpartum experience. Sapphire McKenzie. Sapphire is one of our amazing Nourish doula participants based in San Francisco, California. After completing Nourish program, Sapphire is now ready and able to serve mothers and families in her community. Elise Mentor. Elise Mentor is a librarian by day and doctoral candidate by night. Her dissertation research focuses on Black women's experiences with infertility and pregnancy loss. Elise has a long-standing interest in women's health and believes access to quality holistic care is a right, and that empowering Black women to advocate for themselves and each other is an important part of addressing disparities in health outcomes for Black women. Jamila Muhammad is a mom of 3, a perinatal care coordinator from Washington, D.C. She began her career in birth work as a breastfeeding educator, and during that time discovered that many Black moms need additional support in the postpartum period. Joining the Nourish doula program, Jamila has gained valuable skills. Stacy Randall. Stacy is a mother of 3 earthside children and 1 heavenly baby. I love that, Stacy. She also wears many hats as a special education teacher, yoga instructor, energy worker, graduate assistant, lifelong student, and her differing birth experiences. She was blessed to have a postpartum doula work with her and her family after the birth of their child during the pandemic. Shanae Bray Shepherd has been in maternal and child health for a decade. Shanae Bray became a postpartum doula because she witnessed firsthand the challenges moms face during the postpartum period, the Nourish program. And so she participated in the Nourish program so that she could help bring attention and support moms. Hameda Taye arrived to the Nourish journey after living in East Africa for 4 years. Upon her return, she had to navigate the medical system and experience firsthand what women's reproductive health challenges are like and what Black women face advocating for themselves and their body. Hameda is excited to use the lessons from Nourish program to support Black mothers, specifically with postpartum nutrition support and encouraging them to find their voice and embody their yes. Unique Walker is a public health professional from Atlanta, Georgia. After learning that Black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes than white women, she wanted to get involved to help Black women better transition into motherhood. In 2021, she learned after an opportunity to become a postpartum doula through the Black Women's Health Imperative and is here with us now. Kai Walker is the lead publicist and CEO of Adura Enterprises, which is a boutique PR firm based in Atlanta. She is excited about her journey as a postpartum doula. And last but not least, Taylor is another one of our amazing Nourish participants based in Atlanta, Georgia. After completing the Nourish program, Taylor is now able to serve mothers and families in her communities. Congrats, 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 ladies. We congratulate you, we honor you today, and we thank you for your commitment.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness. I'm looking at the comments and people are just cheering everyone on. This is truly just a beautiful affair. And I am so proud that we were able to have it. I personally just want to congratulate all of our graduates once again. And I think it's a perfect time to bring up the founder of the Black Women's Health Imperative. It's just, she's just so amazing. I would be here for hours telling you all, but I know that many of you all already know her amazing story. She founded the Black Women's Health Imperative, formerly the Black Women's Health Project, in 1983. She's our elder, our queen mother of reproductive justice. She is an American healthcare activist that has worked her entire life to address Black women's mental and physical health stressors. We are honored she took the time out to come and close out our graduation.
Mm-hmm. Well, I am so happy to be here, and I want to say congratulations to Dr. Harris for putting on this fabulous program. To all of you folks at BWHI, I am just so proud of you. And to this incredible graduating class, you are wonderful, all of you. I've been here the whole while. I've listened to your stories. I love your commitment. I love your energy. I love the whole Afrocentric, looking after Black birthing people. The approach is perfect. I was just thinking, you all are what I dreamed about in 1981, 82, 83, and all those years when I had no idea how we were going to really get to addressing the myriad of issues that affected us. And you know what? I am so pleased that you all are filling in the gap, that you are making this whole thing better, and you're fulfilling the dream even larger than I ever thought it would be. And I just loved it. The Beatitudes, that was just so creative, so wonderful. Everything that you all have done is good. And remember, whenever a Black woman is in the room, her politics is in the room with her. So Black birthing women are political beings because of the structure of this crazy world that we live in. Be sure and keep paying attention to what is needed, because we have to press to get improvements, not only in prenatal, in the other trimesters, in addition to the fourth trimester, improvements for the third trimester. Be sure and keep your listening ears on for things that fill in the gaps. That's how we make change. You are embarking on a new journey, commencement, also the beginning of a whole new thing, which is exciting. And because you care, you will save lives, as Linda said. Because you care, you will empower women. Because you care, you will help enrich their lives. Because you care, women will grow, birthing people will grow, and you will also grow. And because you care, you will give love, and you will receive so much love in return. And because you care, you are holy, you are divine, You're a woman, and I love all of you, and I wish you the very, very best. Ashe.
Ashe. And I will not say much more. I will close this out by saying thank you to everyone who tuned in with us tonight and who will watch on the replay, and that the Black Women's Health Imperative is proud of this program, is committed to this program, is committed to holding, taking up more space in the maternal health space. And we will see you all on the next program. Congratulations and good night.